we've known each other for many years, and it's been a while since we've kind of got back into talking. Now, we grew up together through our teenage years, some of our craziest experiences together. Do you remember the times that we used to always go down to like the beach and just sit and chill?
Yeah.
Like at night, like we would do like in the evening or at night time, and we just did that, didn't we? We'd either throw stones or we'd just talk, and it'd be about the most craziest thing. I even still remember when we were, you know, that little road when you go past Hango Hill, past Hango Hill. Do you remember that fence? That fence that is connected to the airport field. Do you remember when the cement was soft and we drew stuff on it?
We did.
We did, didn't we? We drew loads of stuff and a few inappropriate things as well. It's still there. I bet you didn't know that, but it's actually still there. They're still there. But
I've got to go down and check that.
I know it's hard to kind of see, but I think after a bit of time, it's kind of half faded. But I want to ask you, right? There was this one night where I think me and you we were in your mum and dad's car. You were driving your mum and dad's car at the time, and I think we went and got some like snacks and that, and I think the plan was like we were going to play World of Warcraft that night. So we drove towards Hango Hill, and we went past Hango Hill and we went onto the beach. And I need to know if I'm remembering this right, because I feel like I don't know if my mind is in a different realm, or maybe it's just that I've got like bad memory, but I feel like surely you remember this, because like I feel like this was so shocking for both of us. We just looked at each other and agreed, and we didn't have to say a word. I don't think we even really spoke about it. But in other words, I want to see if you remember this. So we park up on the loose rocks. There's obviously the loose rocks just past Hango Hill, on that little car park area. You know where people can park on those loose rocks. You know which one I mean, don't you?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, and you face the ocean. So as we're sat in your car, well, in your mum and dad's car at the time, that little silver beast that you had, brilliant thing that was, fucking amazing. That was an amazing car. Oh yeah. But we were looking at the ocean, weren't we? And it was quite late, and at this point it was quite dark. We could see the stars, and they were reasonably clear, you know, and it was nice. And I remembered we were just talking about some normal stuff as usual. And lo and behold, we look upon the ocean. And I remembered looking, and we could see this thing on the water, and it had lights on it. And obviously the first thing that I thought of, and more likely you would have thought of, that, it looks like maybe, obviously a boat, maybe it's a yacht of some sort, or a big fancy cruise or something like that. You know, it looked like a very big boat, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
And all of a sudden, there was weird lights coming from it. But this thing didn't just look like it was on the water, it looked like it was hovering above the water, and it looked like it was going up and down. But then it looked like it went up and up and up and up and up, and then kept going down. And then we watched it for a while.
Floating and flying.
Like it looked like it wasn't even connected to the water. And I think we both kind of clicked onto that. Do you remember this? Or am I just thinking of random stuff?
We seen a lot of stuff and experienced a lot of stuff when we were kids, so I can't remember it properly.
But this is what I remember, was this thing had lights coming off it that I've never seen before. And it reminded me of one night. And I am really trying my hardest to remember if this was before or after. And I think I tried telling you guys, like you and a few of the lads, where we went out and we were simply, well, you guys were all drinking, I wasn't, because you know me, I never really drank that much, did I? I drank a little bit, but I didn't drink as much as you guys did. And to be quite honest, I think I had work the next day, so I decided to be the sober one. And we left the ship in, And do you remember that? Like, we used to go to
Yeah.
shipping in Castan. We were going over the bridge, going towards back down to like the Sidons area, towards like the school and that, our old school and that. So we were going towards like the Sidons and that, but we were coming over the bridge in Castletown. And once we turned left, all you guys were drunk. You were all singing and shouting as you usually do. But I could hear something that I couldn't understand what the heck I was hearing. I knew I wasn't drunk because I've been drinking, lemonade and, cans of Coke all night. So I just, I wasn't drunk. So I looked up and all I could hear was this noise. Watch this. That's all I could hear was this scratching noise. And I was like, what the heck is that? And I look up and I've never seen anything like it. And this giant thing, it looked like a star, like a shooting star, pictured like a shooting star, but this thing was massive. But it had some unique colours to it that I've never seen before, like a goldish, greenish, yellowish, reddish, blue. It had all sorts of colours, and they were all bouncing off each other, but it was like, it wasn't a shooting star, because shooting stars just go, like in the blink of an eye. This thing was moving, but moving quick within the sky. And all I could hear was like this scratch. And you guys were way too drunk. You weren't even paying attention. Even if you looked at it, you thought you probably think that you were just drunk. But I watched this thing go towards Langness. And lo and behold, a while after, I saw it go towards Langness. We're sat in that car looking towards Langness, and we see that. I don't know if it was the same connection to it, but it was a weird experience all in all. But this is the thing, this is another weird experience for me, do you get what I mean? And it was a weird thing. But yeah, there's that. So I was just wondering if you remembered man, I've experienced a lot growing up with you, and I think you remember some things, but I remember all of it. Like,
I've got a really bad memory, so
I've got my memories a bit fuzzy as well, but there are like massive gaps of things that have happened and I can never forget. And it was that one thing, the thing in the sky. I still don't know what it is. The thing in the sky. I think that's what we'll call this. The thing in the sky. Maybe that's what we'll call this video.
yeah.
Maybe. The thing in the sky. In the Manx skies. But yeah, that's there you go. But what do you remember? Do you remember that weird thing on the beach at that time?
Vaguely, yeah. The weird lights.
Yeah, the weird lights, and yeah, it was a weird experience. I truly believe that. But yeah, no, at least that I was able to get a grasp of that. But anyways, it's been fun. It's been entertaining. But I truly do believe that it's time to test out this new game. But yeah, let's
a bit of scum.
Oh yes, let's go. 1 second.